Hi, Skylar.
Hey, how's it going?
Fine. Can you hear me okay?
I can, yeah.
All right. So what do you see so far on the screen? Let me share my screen. One participant can share. Participants can share. Okay. Can you see my screen?
I can't.
Okay. What do you see so far?
I didn't see your name.
All right. Okay, let's see.
There we go.
All right.
There we go.
And we cannot see each other, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. Because I look like a mess.
Yeah, a little bit, but it looks all right.
What?
It looks all right.
You can see me?
Oh, no, I can't see you.
Okay, good. All right. How are things going?
That's good. How are you?
Well, I'm just fine. Are you going into the office or do you just do things from home?
Oh, yeah, in the office.
Well, good. And then you've got a computer there with a screen and all that?
Yep.
Excellent. All right. Well, the first thing I wanted to show you is that they are getting closer to completing this. Open up. There we go. They're getting closer to completing the custom version of the theme. This is an email that I received from Jatinder, and they have the working version, the version they're working on, running on a separate server so it doesn't disrupt your business. So I'm going to click that link. They need to do more work yet on this on the back end and do testing and things, but they do have, you know, the basic system at least up and running now in a custom version. So I wanted you to know that. And that's running. Okay, now I'll close that. And you received the email that I sent you, Skylar, for those 2 invoices? Okay, that's great. That's taken care of. Now, all right. You have a copy of all these logins. Do you want me to email them to you again right now?
Yeah, why not?
And I'm going to make a copy as long as you can. All right, that should be coming your way. Now, I'm going to see if I can successfully share have you open up so I can see your computer screen. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's been a while since I've used Zoom, so I got to remember how to give you access to the screen.
I think if you press share screen at the bottom, it'll get its options.
Yeah, because I want to be able to transfer to you.
Yeah, well,
So this has got, I'm sharing my own screen right now, but I want to make you the leader here. Participants. You share, pause, share, annotate, remote control. I think it's under this one, maybe. Stop recording meeting.
if you stop your screen share, then I'll be able to.
Say again?
I think if you stop your screen share, then I'll be able to.
I can stop it.
Then it will say stop screen at the bottom, or like the chat. Yeah, a little bit down. I don't know. Or up top where it says view options. I'm just kidding. Let me try this.
I know, I just need to invite you to be doing it. Okay. I got to remember how to invite you. So one thing I don't like about Zoom is it's not obvious to do simple things. Well, here's an invite. Oh, that's an invite for the meeting. Share screen, pause. Okay.
I'm screen. Now can you see my screen?
I'm seeing the page that I started for you. Is that you? Okay, good. All right, so you're logged in. And you're logged in on the back end. And then let's just first work our way down the left-hand menu items.
Okay.
Just to make, have you clicked around in there at all?
Yeah, I looked at it a little bit.
Okay. So let's go click on posts. And yeah, these are the blog posts, as you know. Okay. So then let's go back to the menu. And let's click on, oh, I don't know. I don't see some of them. Okay, our team media pages. Let's click on pages. And then you found your page that I started there. Okay. And you see that it has the word edit underneath it. So, and then you clicked on that. So you know how that works. We'll come back to this in a minute. All right. Now let's go to the word media right above pages in the menu. All right. These are pictures that are already in the system. And what we'll do is, well, let's go back to the page that you started, pages, and then all pages, and then yep, that one. Okay, and then we're gonna edit it. All right, so let's practice putting in a picture. Just pick a spot where you wanna put a picture in for now for just playing around. Okay, now you go up to the top there, add media. Now what I'd like you to do, correct, and then find on your computer, find a photo. Of anything that you want. Now, before we add it, go over to the right, far right, and you see where it says alt text. Now, what we want to do is we're going to put in some text there that describes that photo on the back end to give text to Google for keyword searching. Now, they're not going to know if it matches the actual photo or not. And we're just practicing right now, right? Now, people typically will, if they're searching for, I'm going to open up my own, see if I can, if there's, let's type in a phrase they might search for American Office, if they're searching for what you do. Let's say they're a big company outside of Minneapolis, even in Chicago, that wants Greg's team to deliver furniture and set it up. What might they type in Google?
Office furniture delivery or something.
Whatever you think, type something in there. Now they're looking to have him Take the furniture over there and install it and set it up in the office for them. And then what city?
Chicago.
Well, they're no, they're not. They need it done in Minneapolis.
Okay, I thought you were just searching that.
So if they're searching for office furniture installation services or companies in Minneapolis area or something, type something like that. Pretend you're them really trying to find a company to do it. See if you can highlight that whole line and then copy it into your clipboard. And then do you have like Notepad or a Word doc or something that you can open up? I like to use Notepad because it takes all of the formatting out if you have it.
I got Word up on my list.
Yeah, and Word maintains formatting. One of the reasons I like the Notepad, if you don't have it, don't worry about it now. But paste that in there, that alt text. Okay, and that's called alt text or alternative text. All right. So that would originally, as I mentioned, is put in there for people, for instance, who were blind. And as they're moving around the web page, they could have it read to them, in effect.
Okay.
But now what we've done with this alt text office furniture installation services Minneapolis area, that is going to help Google to believe that the page that this photo is on is about that keyword search. So all we've done now is just add that, okay? Now, let's go over underneath where you just typed and let's go down there. We've got a title, which is the title of the photo already that was saved. The next one down says file URL. Don't worry about that. That's the way the computer keeps track of where the photo's located. Okay, and then go down the page farther. That in that slide down, yeah. For now, let's just leave that word none. We're going to go change it in a second. And then we got link to media file, and then there's a size of it. Okay, let's click insert to page at the bottom there, bottom right. All right, so now, are you comfortable with the basics of getting a photo onto the page? Okay, now let's put the mouse over the top, the pointer over the top of the eagle, and then click on one click with a left click there. Then see the pencil, click the pencil. All right, now this allows me to do some editing on the page while it's sitting on the page. So I can also change the alt text or whatever I want. I can put a caption under the photo. So let's do that just to practice it. So what we want to do there is just type, you know, let's say amazing bald eagle represents AOI or something, you know. And we'll pretend that's the comment under it. All right. And now, right now, it's clicked on center. So click center again just to make sure. So it should go to the center of the page. Now open up size. Have you done much photo resizing for other reasons, other places?
Yeah, I pretty much know the basics of that.
Okay. So you understand that, like, if we click on custom size at the bottom there, what that is going to do in this particular application is going to maintain the aspect ratio. So all you have to do is change the width or the height, and the other one changes automatically, correct? So change that to, let's say, 500 there. A lot of times, you know, I don't like to go bigger than about 800, but it can be as big as, type in 1,000 if you want. Let's just see. All right, and we'll leave 1,000 in there. Now it's asking link to, okay? So open that up and click, we're gonna put a URL behind it. So if they click the picture, it'll take them back to the home page, okay? Because all we're doing is testing. All right, now, so in that case, you can delete everything in that URL except for the slash. There you go. All right, now we should be able to do an update. This is certainly different from working with your mother. And she's wonderful. I just think she's great. All right, so now it still isn't sitting in the middle of the page. Click on, just click on it once, and then go to the top bar up where we can do the editing choices, the top area there, or paragraph and all. Yeah, let's click that one. Yeah, the middle one. For some reason, it seems like it wants to stick in the left. Okay, mouse over those little boxes to see which one is center. That one is. So for some reason, it doesn't want to move into the center. That's weird. Well, click the other ones to see if it'll do anything left or right or. So right now it's ignoring those commands. I don't know why. That's really weird. Okay. Well, all right. Now let's go to the top of the page for a minute and click View Page in the black menu item at the top. The bar at the very top. There you go. Let's take a. Oh, I should have done a save. Let's go back. All right. Let's do a. Let's click Publish. Normally it would say update on the right. No, let's do this. Let's click Preview, far upper right corner. There you go. All right, let's see. Okay. Now there it's in the, looks like it might be in the middle, but it's awfully large. And that's gonna, maybe slow down the load of the page and so forth, but it's there. Does the caption show? Okay. And let's see if it's possible for us to increase the text size on that caption. And you might be able to highlight it right there when it's showing there. So highlight the caption.
All right, let's go here. There we go.
And then let's try to, use the bar up there, editing bar, and try a different one. Okay. And then let's make it bold, put a color in there, just play around. Okay. All right. All right. Now, while you're on it, if you should be able to click the eagle, and it should take us to the home page. All right. And then we should be able to key back there. Okay. So now you understand why we put the URL under there. Now let's go to the text underneath the photo and highlight new page. All right. Now either are you using a mouse?
Yeah.
Let's try this first. Do a right mouse button click to show the menu. And then I'm looking for the word link. I don't see it showing up. Okay, go to the edit bar at the top and click on the chain. It's actually a chain icon, one level down to the right. Keep going. Keep going. There, that's the link. Click it. All right, paste in the homepage link, or just type it in www. And it's .com, that's right. Okay, now let's do the preview page again and see if that link works for you.
Okay, that's cool.
All right, let's go back. Okay. So far, you've got the basic, functionality of how to just put content on the page. There are a lot of other things that we can do that can create grids and all kinds of things. Let's click Publish for now, just to lock that for a minute. Okay. And then let's go to the top left and click on American Office Installations in the black. Yep. And then let's go to the services page. And then let's go to the top black bar and click on Edit Page. It'll be interesting to see how this ends up looking. Now, you see where under Minneapolis St. Paul it says Grid 7 Alpha? All right. That defines some kind of a grid layout for the page. When this theme was first installed, it used what was called a block editor. The page shows up with blocks of all over the page, like big long ones on the left and little ones on the right. and you would do all the editing inside of the boxes. So I turned that off. We're going to wait and see what comes to us now when they finish that custom theme. But I wouldn't delete what's in there right now, because that, and then if you slide down the page, there's probably some other ones. All right, there's a 4. All right. So they're defining, now let's go to the top of the page and click on view page for a minute. On the black line, there you go. Now you notice on this one, if we look at it, we've got the top menu bar, right, at the top of the page. And then at the very top, we've got the address and the phone number and stuff like that. There are other places in the website where you modify that stuff, okay? And then you'll notice that we've got, in effect, some columns here, it looks like. Those words that are under the photo with the table, can you highlight them? Are they highlightable? Yeah, so that's actual text, okay? It's not part of the image. If it was part of the image, then Google couldn't read it, right? Okay, so then now that stuff that was saying grid 2, 3, 4, 7, whatever, is related to these areas on the page. You can see like this list, our furniture services would be in what would be a grid or into a block area. But it's not showing right now with the editor that we have, other than that little parenthetical statement grid 7 or whatever it was. So let's slide down, and then on the right where it says contact us is in a sidebar. Okay, so stuff to the right and to the left, far left, are typically called sidebars, and we'll take a look at that. Let's slide down the page a little more and see what we find. Now, you'll notice on that list of all those words I put, like above major office systems, that long list of words, some people it bugs them, right? Office furniture setup, office furniture receiving. I think at this point you know why I did that. It doesn't have to be in this format, but I tried so hard to hold pricing down on this website that I just did the bare minimum to get good results on Google. So obviously there's a ton of stuff that could be done on any website page to even make it more powerful. All right. And at some point, we could look at how you might be able to do some of that stuff. And then under the major office systems, you'll see receive, warehouse, deliver, assemble. Again, normally I don't do that stuff, but what I wanted to do is make sure that a lot of the keywords related to AOI's business are on the page. So you understand that. Now, I think as long as we're on the phone together, I think we should try to fix a couple of quick things, and then we can fix them better later, okay? First off, let's go to the top of the page. Let's just slide up. And let's see if it works this way. Now you see the testimonial menu item? Can you right mouse button click on that? And then you see where it says copy linked address? Okay, click on that. All right, now you've got the link in your, have you ever done that before where you copy links like that? Yeah, the ability to be able to actually just mouse over something that has a link, right mouse button click, and then get the copy the link. So you just learned how to copy a link from an image or that kind of thing. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so right now we've copied the link under the word testimonials in the menu, right? Okay, so now what I want to do is slide down the page. Let's click on edit page again and see if we can find that customer reviews item at the bottom of the page. Okay, hold it. Now, just so you understand, we were using a product called Customer Lobby for generating and storing reviews offline. Greg ultimately wanted to shut that down. Didn't want to pay for it anymore. So for now, because I don't want to screw around with it, can you click on that image and see? Yeah, we'll try left. See, and then click on the pencil. And then let's change the the custom URL. Right, let's just put in the new one that you have in your clipboard that we just copied a minute ago. Okay, and then paste it in there. All right, and then let's click the update bottom right. We'll just update that function. Because when people are clicking this on your website right now, it's bringing up a page that said it's not there anymore.
Oh, yeah, I see that before.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, I saw that. So it's going to go to the testimonials instead now.
Yeah. Hey, are we able to use the audio and Zoom together right now? Let me see if I can turn that on.
I don't know about it. We hear you with my speakers on.
Okay, well, let's keep going because it's kind of breaking up, but my phone is not doing very well either. Okay, so now we changed the URL in that. Let's go to the bottom. All right. Okay, visit our testimonials page. That's the same link that we just added. Okay. All right. So let's go up to the top and it says view page. All right, let's click the update button far right for a minute just to get off the page. Okay, now and that's the same button as you would use for save, obviously. But you have to remember now we've saved the change. So if we go to the top, click on view page again. I'm just doing some basic stuff just to get a feel for how you move around. And let's slide down to that item we just put the link under and see if it works. And I really always recommend testing everything that you've changed on pages every time you work a page. So that's working. So we can go back to the home page. Let's go back to the page we're on, the service page maybe. Okay. And then let's click on the edit page again at the top black bar. And all right, now looking at the 3-line editing area there under the word add media, you know, the edit bar. Okay, go to far to the right where there are 2 tabs, visual and text. Click on text. Okay, now this you can tell is similar to what's on that other page. But I probably should show you on a different website. But anyway, this is what it would be referred to as HTML. I don't know if that's a term. Have you heard that before? HTML? Okay. That's the original, what that stands for, and you don't have to remember it, but Hypertext Markup Language. So that is the language of the browser. Okay? HTML is the text we're looking at right now on the back. So the coder, for instance, at the very first top line, see where it says H1? All right. H1, I remember we talked a little bit about how web pages and the titles can be H1, H2, H3, H4, like an outline. Okay. So the H1 is really quite important. And right now, the H1 is, well, reading that line, what would you say the H1 is? I would guess that's what it should be. Let's click on the visual tab. We just clicked on the text tab. Yep.
Okay.
All right, so that's the red bar, the red words. Now, if you highlight them, okay, now, do you see where it says H1 next to the bold? Open up that drop-down menu, and then this is where you can select different headings, okay? So right now we have it properly set at H1. Although, you see the word at the very top that says services, the page name? Keep going under edit page. You're real close. Okay, highlight that. Let's go back to the text tab and look in the back end. All right, now. See, normally that would be on this page at the top line as an H1. Okay, so let's go back to visual. That's because I turned off the block editing and they're working on the new one right now. Okay, so let's go. We're back to the visual version, right? Okay, now let's open up the font type, like it says Georgia. Right now, it's set throughout the system for Georgia to be the default text style. A lot of people like Georgia, a lot of themes use it, but that doesn't mean anything. Open the drop-down menu where it says Georgia. All right. Now, there is, you know, a list of some in there, but there's not as many as maybe you're used to seeing in PowerPoint and things like that, right? It is possible to add into WordPress additional fonts. But you know, it would be a little bit of a project to find the font you want, grab all that font on the internet, and then get it installed into WordPress, but it's possible. So for instance, if you know, at some point you decide you want to put a specific font in for some reason, it is possible to do that. So right now it's set, everything is kind of set to Georgia. So you could, you know, keep Georgia for a minute, or you could, however you want to handle it. Okay. So now you've got that one word as times. And you can, let's bold it. All right. Now, the Minneapolis, St. Paul and beyond, can you highlight that? I want to see if that's part of the H1. Probably is. Yeah, that's all part of the H1. So that could be in red, it could not be in red. Let's go to the top of the, well, let's do an update on this page. All right, now let's slide down the page a little bit. Let's take a look at the title over that bullet list. Highlight the Our Furniture Services Include. That's an H2, you see that? Okay, which is important. Now, I typically like to have titles and subtitles and all that bolded, but I don't remember. We could just do it on this page for giggles. Let's slide down the page and let's find the next one. That's probably another H2 and bold it. All right. And okay. And then let's go all the way, keep going down to the bottom. And then what do we have? We got the picture. We provide, we got a link. All right, now you'll notice that red receive, warehouse, deliver that we talked about before, that was in a much bigger font and so forth on the page. All of these changes are looking different because we turned off the block editing. And so soon we'll be able to work on hopefully without having to deal with the block editing on most of the pages and that kind of thing. So right now, let's highlight that receive, warehouse, comma stuff, that whole bundle of words. Let's make it, it's bold. Let's see what the text is at 12. But I think even though it says text is 12, I think that they looked a lot bigger than 12 on the page, didn't they? Let's click on that text thing at the top right, where it said visual and text when we looked at HTML. Okay. Now let's see if it shows the size of that text there anywhere in that funny wording. Okay, it's highlighted. No, go back down to the words that are highlighted. So I'm trying to find out if it shows a font size anywhere in there. So you see the color is set at CB2A00 or whatever. Style. So I think right now it's taking its font style from the original theme settings. So let's just go back to visual and not screw around with it right now, other than let's do well, you can pump it up one just to see what happens. Let's take it to like a 14 font in that font size. And then click update on the far right. And then let's see how the page looks if we go to the top view page. And then slide down. So it seems like it probably held that. Does that look like a 14? Because this was that was bigger before, right?
Yeah.
And it looked better before.
Yeah.
Okay, so because we changed it, I think we modified what was in the original setup. So let's go back to it and pump it up to something bigger. Let's go back to edit page, and we're probably going to have to make it at least an 18 or more. Let's do you can do a view page. I'm sorry, we can make it an 18 or a 20, whatever you want. And then on the top right, it says, over on the right, yeah, preview changes. Let's see what it looks like without changing the page. Slide down. That looks a little closer to what it was originally, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right, do you want to leave it that way for now?
Yeah, I think I don't like the looks kind of blurry almost. But
Yeah, I know, for some reason it looks blurry. So if you want, we can change that. Now you'll notice that the bullet points are red. So a lot of this stuff was in the original theme setup. But anyway, let's go back to the titles you said were kind of blurry and you didn't like them. So highlight them. I don't know if we're going to be able to change these because it seems like it's reading off of the original theme settings, but we can try. So you're going to need to make that probably 16 or 16 should work. And then change the color. Now, do you know what color we want to use here on this page? Oh, we were trying, go ahead.
I'm not really sure, I guess, yet. What color was it before? Was it black or was it red?
Well,
Yeah, it's black.
well, it's a special kind of red. Now you'll notice Minneapolis, St. Paul, and beyond changed on the page itself. Like if you go to back to preview page.
Oh yeah.
So, and I think before it wasn't on the same line. So I think you're going to have to what are you doing?
Moving the font back and then the other one.
Well, we'll see. I would click to the left of the hyphen and then hit an enter. To the left of it there, yeah. And then highlight it and make it black or something, or whatever color we're going to use. In bold. And look, you could probably make that an H2 title, as long as it's underneath there. And then make it a bigger font, like about a 20 or something.
Can I type in the font or?
No, you only have those options right now. Well, it's possible on the back end on the HTML side you can. I think you're going to want to make it. Let's do preview changes and see what it looks like. All right, so I think we're going to want to make it a lot bigger, and I don't know why this font is showing so blurry.
Yeah.
So, something is in the setup, original setup is causing that issue. Let's change it from Georgia to something else. Okay. And then, and I think that could be bigger, yeah, like about a 24 or whatever the next one is. Okay. Now let's do a preview changes and see if that got rid of the blur. Okay, that's better. And then we're going to want to add an enter after the D on beyond. So let's go back to the edit page. And that again is because I never work with websites with a block setup. And that's why I'm struggling, because I always work with the standard editor. And this particular website, a lot of it was set up with this block editor. So now let's, I'm gonna get the color that red. Oh, we were gonna make Minneapolis, St. Paul and beyond an H2. Make that an H2, okay. And then let's make the other ones down below H3s. More like a, in a order. There we go. And then, whoop, now you'll notice while you're doing it, that it dropped in size dramatically to the standard H3. So you're gonna have to pump that up to whatever we had it at 16 probably, or something. Now for giggles, highlight the top one, other furniture services include, and then let's click on that text tab in the top right, and then see if it shows the font size. Yeah, now right there where it says 18 points, it is possible right now to, if you want to make that 16, just so you're learning that there's something you could do. So so if you want to make that, was 16 was on the list though, wasn't it?
I got 14.
Okay, so 16, and then let's do a preview changes and see if that 16 worked.
Yeah.
Now everything is in caps. Were they in caps before? I don't remember. I don't think the Our Furniture Services Include was in caps. Let's go back to edit page. That's because of this stupid block editor thing. This, oops. What happened? What happened? Yeah, you hold it. Stop. Don't do anything. Okay, we're gonna have to go back to get on the, click on the visual button. All right. Now we gotta, okay. See how it's not in capital letters? So only highlight that Our Furniture Services Include, not all the rest of it. I don't know why that went like that. We set it up, you had set it up at Tahoma, I think, hadn't you?
Yeah.
We'll do that. Might as well just practice a couple things here while we're on this page. Okay, now it's set at 16, and that's one of the options available, right? No, okay, so 16 is not on the list, but we did make a move to 16, right? So now I don't know how the hell that all got to caps. Let's go back to the text tab on the right. Now, where do you see in that, those lines there around that, anywhere where it says capital or give us a call, we'll help you with this, font size 16, Tahoma, Arial, Helvetica. Why does it have 3 of them? It says Tahoma, Arial, Helvetica, Sans Serif. There's a whole bunch of them listed there. Oh, they're from a font family. But I'm not seeing any reason why I would have switched it over to capital letters. Okay, go back. Where? Strong, I think, means bold. Let's go click on preview changes again just to see the page. Why?
It doesn't look bad though, I would say.
Slide down the page and see if the other one is like that. This one, we're gonna have to change to Tahoma. We'll see if we can get it to change to 16. And now, why do you keep clicking on the left up there? Oh, you're doing back keys?
I just X'd out of it, but I guess doing that again.
Yeah, I just don't want to lose any editing. I would, okay. So, yeah, you went back to the tab, the other tab. I see, that's fine. Okay, let's do that. And let's see what we can do about major office systems. And you're gonna make it bold and black. Now, did you do black on our furniture? You sure?
Black and then black.
Yep, and then the same one on that one on the bottom. And then make that to Homa or whatever it was you had before. All right. And then we're gonna have to change it to 16 on the back end if we can find that line.
Okay. Major office.
And then let's do an update on the far right. Okay, we're gonna save what we've done so far, just as long as we don't have to do it over again. And then let's see if we can get back to the visual tab. Okay. And then let's take a look at the page, view page, and see what you're thinking. Is there anything else you just want to do on this page right now? Now we can change the our furniture services include, which I am really, that's weird that it's in capital letters like that. That should never happen. Let's see if we can change the color. I'm gonna see if I can see my, I want to see if I can see the rest of my web page some way. Okay, there. Now let me see if I can find my own page in the back end here. Nope, I can't. Okay. I guess I can't do what I need to do then. Are you in a Chrome browser?
Yes, I am.
Can you open up a brand new tab in the browser session? Okay. And then on the search, in search Google, no, let's go up to the right-hand side. Click on the star in the URL bar. What I want to do is I want to add a tool. Oh yeah, click on the three buttons there. Yep. And then let's go down to tools if it's on yours. More tools. Yep. And then we're going to find extensions. Click that, and then let's add an extension. So now what I want you to do is where it says search extension in the search bar at the top, I want to find web page color web page color. Well, let's just click enter on that so far and see if anything comes up. Click on the, the magnifying glass or enter there. Okay, so type in discover web page color. And then enter.
Not bad either.
Yeah. All right, well, we're gonna have to forget it for now. I wanna be able to, web page, let's type in identify color on web page. And web page might be 2 words. Just do web page colors. Geez, it doesn't find anything. How can I get to my browser? Is there any way? Well, I don't want to lose the session. All right, let's just go back to the website. I'm sorry, I'm getting frustrated. Let's go back to the website. There's a tool that I use that I can actually mouse over anything on the page, like the writing, and it will tell me exactly what the color is. That way I can match that way I can open up and make sure that the bullets and the headings and everything are all the same. Because otherwise it's almost impossible to find. So All right. So anyway, we've done some work there. Let's go back to the dashboard on the far left under American Office Installations. We have to click, yep, and then open up the dashboard. Now let's go down there and go down to, I want to go to, let's see, mouse over the word appearance about 2/3 of the way down. Click on the word widgets. All right. Now, the ones on the right, far right, that are brighter and bigger, those are active. The ones on the left are others that you could use by clicking and dragging to the right. Okay? So anyway, and a lot of these truly aren't set up, but let's look at sidebar 2 so you understand how to get access to some things. Now click on the drop down tag under text. Is there anything under there? All right, so there's a photo. Slide down. There's no text in there. Okay, you can close that drop down. And let's go to Contact Us. Open that one up. It's above, no, it's right, there you go. Open that one. Now, what does it say? Working that widget. How about trying that widget? All right, so you see in the HTML code where it says H3 contact us, the words contact us? Yeah, all right. So those are the words that have been, that could be changed if you wanted. And then there's actually underneath that is HTML, but the primary purpose of what we're looking at right now is that it brings forward a contact form. All right, so you can close that. And then open up the text drop down and see if there's anything under there. In the content area there in the white, it doesn't really say anything. Okay, so you can close that. Now let's go to the home page of the website, however you want to get there. And can you visit page under American Office Installations? Yep, visit site. Okay, now on the right-hand side, slide down the page. Keep going. You see the words contact us in that black box? Okay, you saw that in the HTML as well, correct? And that was the setup for this contact us box to show up on the right sidebar area. So I just wanted to get you a little bit familiar with some of that. Let's go back to the widgets again, see if you can remember how to get back to the widgets. It was under appearance in the dashboard. Yep. All right. Let's open up top header. Nothing in there. Okay. Let's just explore these. Go ahead. Nothing in there. Okay. So, yeah, well, that had the address in there. So open up, did you see the address in the one you opened up? You see the address in the white area? Okay, that's where I changed the address when he moved.
Okay.
All right, so let's keep exploring these few widgets. You can see in this header, it also has the telephone number, other things that are in the white text area.
How do you get rid of the stats? We don't do that anymore.
It's up to you.
I think we're going to delete it.
Go ahead if you want. We'll see what happens on the page. Oop. It's all gone. Okay, so now in order to know what happened there, okay, let's do this. Copy that whole white. Can you do a Control Z first? Copy the whole page, all of from the bottom up, that whole white box. Okay, Now copy. All right, now stop. Now, when you did the Control Z, have you ever done Control Z before?
No.
Probably one of the most important things you'll ever want to learn. What Control Z does is undo what you just did. So like if you do something and go, shit, okay, then you need to put the mouse where you did that, and then on your keyboard, you could do a Control Z. So that's recovers anything that you just did, even if you deleted a whole page. So right mouse button click while it's highlighted, that text. It doesn't show the word undo in there anywhere, does it?
No.
All right. So I want you to remember, if you can, Control Z on your keyboard is your oh shit button. It's so important because you could work for like 45 minutes on something, as you know, and then for some reason all of a sudden, boom, it's gone in front of your eyes. Control Z will bring anything back almost anywhere in anything you do. All right. Now, you see, move your mouse out of the way so that we get rid of that menu. Click on that. Yeah, there you go. Now, what I want you to do here is copy again that whole text area, because these are just things I think. Right mouse button, click copy. Go back to your Word doc. Sorry, paste it in there someplace. Now, anytime I work on the website, I always do this stuff. Now, because why would I want to have this pasted in here? Yep. So if you screw up in what you're doing, let's say when we take the fax number out, let's say it screws up the whole header. Okay. All you have to do is go back to that box and paste this in there, and we're back where we were before. So I think it's always helpful to, if you're worried about stuff like this, like that has HTML text and stuff in it, that you're not familiar with what they all mean and how to do that, making a copy and putting it off to the side before you start screwing around in there can save your life.
Okay.
So let's take the fax number out of there carefully. All right. And now we've got to slide down the page a little bit more and see if there's a save button. Okay. Is it saving? Click that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then let's try to go back to the home page and see if it's the header's there. Because you can just go up to the upper left-hand corner where it says American Office Installations. Way at the top left to get back to the website, front side. In the black bar at the very, very top of the page where it says American Office Installations.
Yep, right here.
I don't see what you're doing. Did you click it?
Yeah, it's right, yeah.
I'm not seeing the page. Are you seeing the home page?
No, I am, yeah.
So I don't think that the save worked properly. Can you move your mouse and see if your pointer moves?
Like that.
Because right now what I'm seeing is it's a white pointer by the blue word save.
Oh, no, mine is not at all.
Okay, let me reload my page. Maybe Zoom isn't working. Okay, so you're back on the home page?
Yep.
All right. Now, something doesn't look the same to me. We've lost all of the space on the right and the left where the page spread out over the whole page before.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Shit. That's why I'm worried. So now we got to go back to widgets and see if we can paste that text in, if it'll return that what we had. And we're going to want to go to the header. And I think it was the second one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right, now let's go get that text that we saved in case we screwed something up. No. Go open the Word document. All right, and you've got that copied in your clipboard, what we put over there? Are you sure? Okay, then paste that over what we had. Yep. All right. Now let's do a save and wait. Now it looks like it's saved. Now let's go back to the home page if we can. Well, maybe it was like this before with all this white.
It was like that before, because yeah, it's just the faxing that was gone.
Slide down the page a little bit and, okay. So this was the way it was not filling up the page before.
Yeah, yeah.
It was in the middle of the page like this.
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't remember. All right.
Me either, but it still
Looks the same. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go back and take out the fax again then if you want. Let's do this. Before we do that, let's go to another page on the website, like services page or whatever, and see if the header's staying the same. You have to go back to the home page again. Let's just go back to the home page and then use the main menu and just click on the services or something. All right.
Yeah, okay.
And this is the page we were working on before. All right, so let's go back to the dashboard list and then go into widgets and take out the fax number if you want. Okay, now here's what I want to try to do. Open up another new tab. Let me see if I can. Okay, all right. I want you to type a URL to look at that other website that's under development that they're working on. Okay, it's http:// American Office, and then .de, V as in Victor, for Deb, dash, the word first, dash, cut.com/. Enter. All right, so this is the development site they're working on, and that sits in the middle of the page as well. Let's slide down the page. I'm gonna have to plug in my power. All right, so you'll see it looks the same. The reason that I kind of wanted to use the same template for a while, you see how they moved all the text and everything over?
Yeah.
We would have had to do that manually. Every page, every URL, every menu name, everything. So this way they were able to just pull all of that stuff into the template. All right, let's go back to the one we were working on. And let's go back to the widgets just to see if there's anything else there quickly we could run through. All right. Okay, this is what I couldn't find a minute ago. Do you know how to open up that text box a little better? Go ahead. There you go. Beautiful. Thank you. Now you'll see that it's about something. What is it about? American Office is a locally owned Minneapolis St. Paul business. Furniture warehousing. I wonder where this shows up. It's under the subtitle, Our Office Furniture Services Company. Okay, let's go back to that under development tab so we can just leave this page open. You know, the one we just, yeah, okay. And slide down. All right, now you see where it says about? Okay, that's what we're looking at. Let's go back then to the widget area where we were just working. Okay, that's what we're looking at. Those about boxes? Okay. So now you know that. So we can slide down.
I'm like playing around with this right now. Are these changes that I'm making on this going to be reflected in the new thing under development, or would I have to do it?
Well, the only thing we've changed so far is a few fonts and yeah, you might have to.
So when it's under development, I'll be able to log into this and then log in.
You would have to probably go into the new version and make those changes again. So maybe, let's just consider what we did on the services page is just some practice. And the fax number, we'll see what comes across when he pulls it across. I can ask him if it's possible, but I think it might be better if we just wait a week or so. How would you like to handle it? I mean, I can have him rebuild it by pulling the data off of this website that we're working on.
No, I just cleaned up what we had, and then I just changed and that's up and running. Good.
Okay, so let's keep sliding down this page we're looking at. Oop, did you do a save? Yeah, okay, no need because we didn't change anything. Okay, close it, all right. Then that's the other about us, probably. And then the third one is the other about us. So now you know where that is. Open that up. Nothing in there. I don't think that's being used. Okay, commercial officer services blog post. Okay, so that's on the home page on the right-hand side in the sidebar. If you slide down, you see where it says blog posts? That was in that widget. Okay, we probably should change the URL. Well, I don't know if we can even find it. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, now let's see what else we have on the upper right. That's the same contact form. Okay. Sidebar, nothing in there. Nothing in there. And you use your own email. That's probably the email address. It's under an image or something. American Office Installations Today. I don't know what that is. Let's just forget it for now. Home client review. Okay, that's actually at the bottom of the page. But all right, and we can leave that. Footer. Footer has the social networks in there.
Okay. I didn't have that if we ever had anything.
Yep. And then, okay, so that is, I'm not sure where that shows up, but it has the address and phone number and everything you need for the company. It's probably in the bottom of the home page. Oh, is it?
It looks like it's changed on there.
Yeah, I changed the address, but I'm not sure if there's some kind of a click for a V card or something. Maybe in the top area, I don't know where that Facebook stuff is. See where it says G Plus and Facebook? Those both are going to need to be changed too.
Yeah.
When you get it up, Sales America fax email. Yeah, I don't know where that V card. Let's go to the contacts page in the menu there. And slide down. Is there a way to download all that? Yeah, okay. You see where it says, okay, the 17200 Medina Road in the white box above? Okay, I wonder, is that clickable? No, the actual address, but that's okay.
I don't think the actual address was, no.
I was wondering if that might be the V card. Okay, all right. It doesn't have Suite 50 in it.
Yeah.
So let's see. Are we still in the admin login? Let's go back to where we were before on the far left. And then let's go to American Office at the top left. Let's go to the home page. And then let's go to the contacts page. And then let's see if it's possible to change that and put in Suite 50 in there. Okay, and let's just be careful. Yeah. So it would be in that first chunk of code. So it would be,
What's the line on sheet 50?
well, you can try it on that little text first on the bottom area. It's tiny little text with the address. Yeah. So you can put maybe Suite 50 after the comma, or you can hit, you can do enter and type in Suite 50. Do you like that better? Let's see if that worked. Let's go back to preview. Okay, now you see where Minnesota's touching the 5? Yeah, we got to fix that. That would be in the bottom in that little text. Yep, there, good. Now, right, let's try and see if we can fix that in the second line of HTML, starting with EN and. There, yeah, that line. Go down to the word near. And then let's put a comma Suite 50 in there. Or I probably should have copied so we don't lose with the text. Let's do a Control Z. Okay, let's highlight that chunk and then put it in your Word doc. I was breaking my own rule, wasn't I?
Okay.
All right, now right after the word near in that second line, let's type in comma Suite 50. However you want. Now let's do a preview and see if that changed it. The whole, okay. No, it did not change what was in that box. Did it change it anywhere else on the page? Doesn't look like it. So let's go back to that text again. And let's do a Control Z because it didn't do anything. And I don't know where that form is. Somewhere or another, we should be able to put it in there. You see where it's blinking right now by the equal sign? Let's go to the right there, see if we can put it in that line. No, not at the beginning. In the order of the address itself. So it would be after 17200 Medina Road. It would have to be after Medina Road, correct?
Yeah.
All right, then type in there whatever you want. And I don't think we want an enter in there though.
I didn't enter, I just typed it.
Oh, it forced it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's do a preview change. It's not showing up in that little box, is it? Okay, let's go back to the edit page and then do a Control Z. Okay, because we're not doing anything that's helping there. We need to get that line back where it was before. I think you need to paste in that whole chunk we saved in case we made a mistake. The one that's in the Word doc. Okay. Now let's go back to the view page area or where we can see the whole page. Now put the mouse over that little white box where we have the address. Do a right mouse button click. And then go to the very bottom of the menus there and pick inspect. Okay. And then on the right, do we see the address in that blue area? Can you stretch that right area way out by mousing over the line and then move it to the left there? Stop. Okay, now, and then we had, what did we have highlighted? We highlighted, oh, we right mouse button clicked that box. We've lost it. Can you make that a little smaller than you stretched it? Okay, stop. Okay. Now, right mouse button, click on that 17200 white box again in the page. Inspect on the bottom. Okay. Now, do you see the address there?
Yep.
In all that text somewhere? Yeah, I don't see the address in the text on the right. Oh, you do? Oh, there it is. Where? Okay. See if you can click on after the word Medina Road, after the comma after road. Can you click in there?
No.
Okay. Try again. Doesn't allow you to type in there. Okay, go right mouse, huh? Okay, then put in a space suite 50 in there. See if that'll change it. Okay. I don't know if we need another comma or not. Now stop. Okay. Does that look correct to you now? Now I don't know if that's going to save it or not. Now we got to figure out if we save it at the bottom of that white text area. Is there a save button way at the bottom? No. Okay. All right. And then, okay. So okay, way up in the right-hand corner by the 3 dots of the browser, way in the right on the page, click the X right below it. Okay. So now let's do we never saved this. Let's do a reload or a refresh on this page. Do you know how to do that? Right mouse button click probably something. Okay, we lost it. See, the Suite 50. Right mouse button click on that again. Go to the one that says view page source. And see if we can find that address. Okay, in order to find it, let's do this. Go to the top right where the 3 buttons are in the browser. Click find. Click in 1700. That's the address, right? 17200. Okay, there you go. So we found it in the code there. I don't know if that's the little white box or not. That might, okay. And that's at the bottom of the page, the one you're looking at there, right? So let's go to the very top one on the page. So slide all the way to the very top of the page. Keep going, way up, all the way. And then let's it says there's 4 of them in there. See where it says in the find box? So let's click the down arrow to the number 2. So it says Suite 50 there, text widget, and then let's not look at 3. It might be that one right there. You might be able to do it right after the comma after road, put in, oh, it does say Suite 50, doesn't it? We've already put that in. So let's do up on the up arrow to the 2 to the 2. Is it in that one? Yep. Let's go to the top one. Now it's not in that one, is it?
Nope.
Well, it can't hurt to try to get it in there right after the word road. It's not letting you type in there? Okay. We'd have to do that on the inspect page. Highlight that line. I'm just curious. And then right mouse button click. Go to the inspect choice. All right, and there it is there. Let's try to put it in there again. Now, save would be Control C. Would that be Control S? Is that a save? Try Control S on your keyboard. Okay, you did a Control S on the keyboard?
Yeah, hold up that.
All right, but it stayed in the change you just made. It looks like it's changing everywhere. Click the cancel on that dialog box. I think open up at the top on your browser and open up a tab, new tab. Type a control, how do they do control? CTRL space S and see if that says save. Control plus S. Does it say? Make it Control plus S in your search. Control S. It's okay, it's a save. So that's supposed to save. Let's go back. Okay, so do that again, a Control S on what you're looking at. All right, the 50 stayed. You close that dialog box. Let's go and click the X under the 3 browser buttons. Do a Control S on this page too. And then let's, now we need to close this window. How do I close the window? Can you stretch it? Can you reach to the left and stretch it? Click the X on that find box we used. And then, is there anywhere on there that allows you to just go back to the web page then, if you can. And then do a reload on this page. Yeah, I'd have to figure out if that's part of a change that we would have to make under a plugin or a widget. Okay, well, at least you got an idea of what's on the back end.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, let's go back to we're done with the widgets. Let's go look at the plugins real quick. Okay, now I'm gonna have them, under the new software support program you have, get rid of ones that aren't being used. But let's just slide down here a little bit. All right, do you see where it says contact form 7? Then underneath that, contact form submissions, click on the word settings. It's okay to click settings. All right, it's on the Contacts Us page. So that would be the first one on the list. You can click that. And then go back to the page right before this that you did there. And then click on contact form contacts page again, or click edit. Let's try click edit and where this takes us. Okay. All right. So there's really not a lot that we can do in here anyway. Doesn't have the address or anything in there. Okay. So let's go back key. Okay. And it should be the same on the jobs page. Click on the jobs page. You can click right on it. Okay. This is where, when I originally set it up, I set up some of these fields like the name and where they put the email and the phone and that. Okay, so, and then click on mail. We'll just explore this one plugin on the tab. There's a tab higher, you're close. There you go. All right. So right now, if they fill in that form, it goes to sales at, oh, that's a from. Are you in that list right there? Yeah, I might as well put your email in there. Do a comma, and then S Dodge, yeah. Okay, because you'll notice I'm in there, your dad's in there, G Dodge, Matt's in there. Okay. All right, and let's do a save on this page if there's someplace to do it in the bottom. You saved it? Okay. All right, let's see what it says under the messages tab next to mail. Okay. So right now there are no messages in there at all, right? Maybe on the very bottom. Oh, what? No, the first one says what? Your message? Okay, yeah. So I had put that in there, okay? Just so that after they hit send on the contact form, they get that message. Okay. So anyway, you get the idea here that it gives you options to set a lot of things up. Click on additional settings. And what is this for? You can add customization code snippets. Okay, if you want to add code snippets in there. All right, let's click save on the bottom. So we save left, bottom left, yeah. And then let's go back to the plugins. All right, we looked at contact form. All right, let's slide down this page. Okay, now we've got go live update, redirection. The redirection, if we decide you want to change the URLs for the addresses for the pages, it should automatically redirect, make a redirection from the old to the new. So if somebody had bookmarked the old URL, like /services, but you change it to /services in Minneapolis, let's say, if somebody had bookmarked the old /services and clicked it, it would be redirected to the new URL. So they wouldn't get lost. Now on the SEO redirection, Updraft Plus, now you see that yellow bar there that says there's a new version available. Now this is where you could click update now, but the best thing for us to do is let them do it. And then if something happens or whatever, then it's their fault. All right, let's slide down the page. Okay, this Updraft Plus, just so you see what that's all about. You see where it says Updraft Plus? Okay, let's click on settings. Okay, all right. Now let's slide down the page a little bit and see. Okay, now down here in the bottom, I set this up recently for you when we had the system down. And you'll notice that I have it set up so every day for 7 days, it backs up everything on the site. I'm pointing to the first item under backup date, July 27. Okay. And then on the right, you can see it's backing up the database, the plugins, themes, uploads, bunch of stuff, right? So, I mean, if it's possible to get logged into the website, but something really bad has happened, let's say you like nuke a whole page and you just can't figure out how to get it back. Okay. You could take an available backup here and you could click restore and it would restore the entire website to what it was before you screwed up that whole page.
Okay.
So this is your ultra oh shit place to click. All right. All right. So I made those changes. So right now it's making a backup for every day for 7 days. And then it rotates every 7 days to the next 7 days. That kind of thing. So there's like 7 days of backups in here. That's good. So let's do a back key again to the other plugin area. Then we can look at widget shortcuts. Okay, click on widget shortcuts if we can get in there. It doesn't let us get in there. Widget. See if the view details button click does anything. Okay. Let's do this. Close that window with the blue X, and then go to a tab where we've been using to just type in looking for things, like an open tab in the browser. Okay, or one you've already been using up there, extra. All right, so let type in WordPress shortcodes. All right, and then let's just click on the first one, support. All right, you see the word gallery in the second paragraph? It's in brackets. All right, highlight that so we can talk about that. Remember we were seeing that on that page? All right, gallery is a what's called a short code. All right, if you put short codes on places on the page, it automatically fires off like a little bit of software coding. So it's like automatically coding in areas on a web page where you might want to make something move or those kinds of things. I'm trying to remember how to find shortcuts. Okay, at the top where we search for short codes to get to this page, or do a back key if you like. Yep. Let's type in how do I find leave WordPress codes in there if you want. Okay, that's fine. How do I find the short codes on my WordPress website? And then let's go look for that. Okay, number one, log in to drag and drop a text widget to your sidebar, make a small code model. End of the file, no, that's not it. Sure. I'm trying to keep going down the page. I'm trying to find if it'll tell me where it normally is located. How I add a short code. See the one that says how to add a short code? There, let's see if that page helps at all. Slide down. There's the short code box, slide up. Okay, there, keep going. There's a little box that's gonna show up. There it is. Short codes. So it looks like it should be located on the edit bar possibly. Let's go back to the editing in the website and back to the services page where we were screwing around. You can click on the main menu or however you want to get there. So we're trying to get back to the services page. You can click the date menu if you want on this page. You're on the pages page. So we need to click on pages then. We just need to get back to that page the test page we were working on. Services, okay, that's fine. Services is fine because you made changes in here, right? All right, so then let's see if we can, where that grids _7 is. Let's go to the other test page that we set up. Let's go back to pages and find that Skylar test page that I started. So I don't want to screw up anything here. We're almost done. Okay, we can do anything we want here and won't screw it up. By where it says hi Skylar, let's pretend we're going to put some text in there. Okay. Now let's explore the edit bar up there and see if we can open up a short code. Let's try all those drop downs from file all the way across. Okay, and then insert, stop there. Here we go, special characters is one. Anchor, non-breaking, special character. Go to format. Okay, tools. No, table. No. Let's see in the next line if we can find short codes. That's weird. I got to figure out where the short codes went. Let's go back to, let's go to widgets again under appearance. And let's see on the left, if they're in the left-hand side of this page, if it says short codes anywhere and all that stuff there. Any of those in there? No, okay. Let's go to the plugins page. You're doing good, Skylar. You're finding your way around really well. Let's see if we can find shortcuts down on this anywhere. Yeah, let's open that up. Don't click deactivate. There you go. Try that. Accordion shortcodes. I'm not sure what that is. Accordion is a simple plugin that has a few shortcodes for adding accordion drop-downs to your pages. Okay, so you know what accordion drop-down is, right? Where we've done the drop-down menu.
Yeah.
So there, you could actually put some of those menus on a page. So right in the middle of a page, you could put that shortcode in, and then underneath it, it'll allow you to type in stuff like different web pages they could leap to. Things like that. But that's not exactly what I'm looking for. We can close that box. Let's see in the plugins list there under farther down on the list. Is there anyone that says shortcode? Yeah, widget shortcode. Try that one. Plugin has not been tested with your current version of WordPress. Widget container class. Shortcode version widget ID. Cast plugins. Perimeter. Okay, you can close this. I'll look at that later, but the shortcodes can be extremely helpful because, like, a lot of times at the bottom of a page, it'll say read more.
Yeah.
There's a shortcode called read more. And if you put that halfway through the blog posting, it'll show up in the blog post and it'll say read more or click for more, whatever you want it to say. And when they click that, it'll open up another page with the additional stuff you want them to read.
Okay.
So that's an example of what I mean by a short code. A short code could be used to make a grid. You know, let's like three columns wide. Yeah. And your page could have 3 columns in it. So as you could move left to right in those column areas. Like that, like on the home page where it says about. That would be an example of a shortcode architecture that would allow you to have 3 columns installed in the middle of a page.
Okay.
Using dropping some shortcodes on the page. So the last thing I wanted to show you was, let's take a quick look back on that services page. And then go to the edit. On the main services page. I don't know why we're having trouble just there, getting that page. Yeah. Okay. Now, first off, under the word service, where it's just the word services at the top, highlight that. Okay, now that word is really the H1. Okay, it's the title tag. Okay, and the title tag is important. It actually shows up in the tab as well. So let's go do that by going to an open tab on the top, like we've been doing, one that we can play around with, just a tab. Yep. And then let's type in a search for American Space Office Space Installations Minneapolis in the tab. Yep. Okay. And now the right-hand side was something we can discuss another name, but that's the knowledge panel.
Yep.
All right. Now on the left-hand side, you'll see we actually have, it shows up with the primary URL right there, correct? So let's do this. Let's click to that page, American Office Installations in the top. Yep. Now what I want you to do is on the URL at the very top, yep, do a slash services. Okay, because we know services is the title name, right? And so let's look at what the tab says. What does the tab say itself? I can't see it because it's covered up on my page, but so what does the actual tab of the page say? Like the browser tab. Okay, so we're going to figure out what that says. So, and we're on that page right now, is that correct? All right, the one that we just clicked to for services. Okay, so now let's then do an edit page here. And of course, now you know where you can change the URL is where we just did that edit on. Okay, now if we slide down the page, keep going way to the bottom area and see what's way down there. Okay, stop. Okay, now let's make sure we can see the box. Slide up a little bit so we see the whole bottom of the page. There, stop. Okay, so now you see we have an SEO tab for search engine work. We have a thing if you want to check readability. Everybody writes differently. All right, it'll check, and it's like 4th grade writing, senior high level, those kind of tests can be done. Click the readability one just for fun, as long as we're here. All right, now how readable does it say it is? So it says 30.5, right? Read that line there out loud. Okay, because most of the websites I write are difficult to read, because I write long sentences for Google. Because the thing here is the web page has to be really helpful and easy for the visitor, right? For the customer. But most people don't sit there and read all the stuff on the website. They kind of poke around a bit, take a look at a few things, and then either you call or fill in a chat box or something, right? So the page has got 2 purposes. Number 1 is to satisfy the needs of the user, the customer. And then number 2, to satisfy Google. So every web page has 2 goals to it. I tend to a lot of times err on the side on my other websites that I built on the Google side. In other words, do everything I can to make it show up on page 1 when people search for their stuff. All right, can you hear me? Okay, so just keep in mind, you're always working to 2 audiences. You're designing for Google and you're designing for the consumer, but they're 2 different things. All right, so let's go back to the SEO tab. All right, now the first thing you see here is you can actually, all right, let's just go into the bigger box. It says Google Preview. All right, you see in Google Preview, and there's an SEO title under that box with the picture. All right, highlight that text in there. That is what we saw in the tab, correct? All right, so you can see here that you can control what shows on that tab. But the title, this is really also called the title tag. It's really, really important to Google. When they're trying to figure out real quick what the website's all about, they'll check the title tag. And if somebody is searching for, well, let's copy that one into your clipboard. That blue, yeah. And then go to an empty tab in Chrome and paste and see what shows up on the search. You've got the word setup teardown in, okay, that was in there. Okay, good. Now, can you find American Office on the left-hand side at all with a /services page? Yeah, all right. And then you see above that, the URL is americanoi.com services. Okay, that's really important. Now we want to get on page 1, right? That's what it's all about. The top ones are ads. If you click on it, they have to pay. Then they have to pay for it, right? Anytime you click on something that says ad, you're doing pay per click. Google makes probably, well, it used to be 90% of all their revenue as a billion dollar company is made off of people clicking on ads. Google makes its money on people clicking on ads. All right. Now, so that's the ad component. Then in the middle, where it's the page we just found, services, right? That services page is showing in what's called the organic results. Let's slide down a little bit. So that's more at the top of the page, underneath the ads. There. Okay. So now we're looking at a list of organic results. All right. You can't pay to get in there. The only way you get in there is have good web pages, good knowledge panels, Google My Business, listings all over the internet for your company. There's a lot of things you can do that if somebody types in what we pasted in there, office furniture installation moving services, let's just search for that. Let's get rid of everything after the word services in that line, first line. Do a Control Z and see if that comes back. Nope. Okay. American Office installations, services, Minneapolis area, and then get rid of the word American. Let's just do office installation. Yep. Let's do office furniture installations, and then that'll be enough. Sorry. Good thing you're a good typist, Skylar. You type really fast. Okay, what do we see here now? We see a map pack. All right. We're number 3. If you're in this pack in 1, 2, or 3, you're golden. All right. All right. It's sort of associated with that knowledge panel we talked about. So where you build that knowledge panel is where we build showing up in this map pack. It's called the Google My Business. Okay. So first off, we search for office furniture installation services, Minneapolis area. Okay. Now, if you were a company, your dad keeps saying a lot of the Google searches that are working for him are people from other states who own companies, and they need somebody in Minneapolis to deliver and install their stuff. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So they would do a search like we just did, right? Yeah. All right. And they would see American Office installations there in the map pack. Let's slide down the page now to the organic listings. Keep going. So the first one is the home page, right? Next one shows the services page. The fourth one down is select. Do a right mouse button, duplicate on that, right mouse button, and then open link in new tab, top one on the menu. Did you see that? When you highlighted or when you did the right mouse button click? Go back to do the right mouse button click again. Are you still there? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
I lost you.
Yes.
Okay, we're almost done. So let's right mouse button click that one I asked you to do, the select CS, and then click on the top menu item, open a new tab. So we keep our tab we're on already, okay? Now open up that tab that we just found. Now this is somebody that's a friend of your dad's. Are you here? Hello?
Not that I know of.
No, it is. Or at
Oh,
least,
it is.
or your dad knows him.
Okay.
his friend at Select Commercial Services said, "Who did your website?" Okay. And then, so he said, "Me." But when I talked to your dad, I said, "Are you sure you want me to help him?" Because he is a sort of a competitor.
Right.
And he finally said, I said, it's really up to you. So what I did with Select CS is I helped them build a website, but I told them that I can't help them show up on Google. And I can't help them do advertising, or I can't help them do any of that stuff. But your dad gave me permission to help them build a website.
Okay.
So you see the difference there, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Select does office moving, but they'll move whole companies that have huge warehouses and huge machines and all kinds of stuff like that. They could move a company that's got buildings that are like 40 stories high with big, huge manufacturing facilities. So it's not the same thing that your dad does. Your dad really focuses more on office furniture setup and that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to that search page result. And the reason I brought that up is we did do a search for office furniture installation services, but still American OI showed up on the top, right? But you do show that Select does show up. So the battle of page 1 is who shows up higher. And if people aren't showing up at all on page 1, they don't have a lot of options. They got to buy ads. Make sense? So that's what we're all about. Because the website, the American OI site, let's go back to the services page by clicking on the link right in front of us. And you'll notice that all of these pages that showed up on that listing, they only show one page as a result of that search, didn't they? They don't bring you to the whole website some way. They bring you to whatever page matches the search words they think the best. So I think we've done a pretty good job of at least giving you kind of an introduction here.
Yeah, I think I know what's going on now for sure.
So what I would suggest you do is remember Control Z. I would always keep myself with an oh shit page. Those can be so helpful where where if you're going to change something this big, like a whole paragraph or a half a page, instead of just starting to delete stuff, copy it and paste it in a Word doc.
Okay.
Because then no matter how bad you do on that page, you can recover.
Yeah,
So just yep, and always do that. You know what the update button on the right hand side is, right? Okay, and that's your save button. Anybody who works on websites forgets sometime. It's going to happen to you. You're going to be in a hurry and you're going to work and you didn't click the update and you just worked for an hour and a half and because you wanted to get the hell out of there and go meet your friends or something, right? And you didn't click update, and so all the work you did is gone. So let's slide down to the bottom of the page where we were looking at that setup stuff. So when we build these pages, if you can, can you slide down there?
Oh yeah.
Way to the bottom? Yeah. Okay, stop. Now we know where that phrase office furniture installation moving came from. It's in the tab. That's a really, really important information when we create a page. The slug word just means what comes after the main domain name in the URL. So American Office installation .com/ and then the word services shows up. But you could have as long a line there as you want. I've got some URLs and some sites that are 50 words long. So that's where at some point I can be helpful to you too, where we might want to try to apply a strategy where we do more longer URLs and things that Google can read. Now, the meta description, you see that? That doesn't really help your search Google search results. In other words, how high up in the page you are in the meta description. But you see the box above with the little photo in it? Does that format look familiar to you?
Yeah.
Let's do a Google search for office furniture installation moving services. Office furniture installation moving services. That's enough. Minneapolis. Okay, let's see what comes up on our search. Okay, we see the ads, paid ads. Okay, you see yourself there?
Yep.
Number 2, right? We're still doing good. Now slide down the page. See the first listing for you? Let's see the services page. Okay. Now you see underneath the URL there, the purple URL, where it says, in that first one, it says quality affordable.
Yep.
Okay. Now look for the services URL. That's the next one. You see that one? And it says includes modular office cubicles, etc. Okay. So that's the description. The top line is normally what we call the title. So let's go back to the page that we were just looking at the bottom of the page. Okay, now you see the title that we wrote in there? All right, that, if we're lucky, shows up as the first line in the Google search. You know, the one that was purple? Yeah. Okay, so that serves a lot of purposes, right? It shows up on the tab. It helps Google really understand what your company does on that web page. And it shows up, hopefully, as that purple line they click on.
Right.
So that's why that's an important, at the end of the day, when you finish building pages, then you do a little work down here.
Okay.
Now in that meta description box, quality, affordable Minnesota office furniture stuff. All right. Google doesn't always take that information. They'll just grab stuff off the page and use it on the search results page. So although our hope is that they'll use this meta description, they don't always use this exact meta description. So let's see again, that says quality, affordable office furniture installation and relocation services, okay? Can we go back and see if we can find that page we were just on, that search results page? Okay, stop. Now, what does the description say there? Includes modular office cubicle setup, teardown, moving and temporary warehousing, the #1 office furniture services company, etc. So that's not the same as what you saw in that meta box, was it?
No.
All right. So we can talk more about that, but that's a part of the page construction as well, is putting in the purple line, designing the meta description, et cetera, because again, Google only brings to the first page here the best web page on the internet they can find. Slide up to the top of the page. On this page, yep. Now, you see what we search for, right? Let's get rid of the word Minneapolis for a minute. Just the word Minneapolis in that search, and then hit search. All right. All right, all right. Even without the word Minneapolis, you showed up as #1. Slide down. And now you're seeing you're not the first in line here in organic, right?
No.
So sometimes Google, and American Eye is down below. I can see it at the bottom of the page for services. Okay, so let's go back to the top of the page. So just taking the word Minneapolis out change things. And a lot of times what will happen is if they show the map pack, it's because they know you're a local company.
Okay.
So that's pretty much bottom line. the things that, we need to be worried about. And then, I'm here to help you if you're going to be building web pages. If you don't publish the web page, you can just save draft. And so, for instance, that allows you to work on pages whenever you want to without having to work on the real page.
Okay, sweet.
So, and I know I'll be needing to help you, but when the new website is up and running, if you want to wait until you make changes there, then at that point, I can make sure I can help you a little bit as you want to decide what you want to do with font colors and stuff like that.
Is it just going to be the same setup?
It's going to look just like the website you have right now.
Right, so like the same, like behind the website?
Oh, the editing? I think that a couple of the pages may have an easier way to edit the block.
Okay.
I did talk to him about that. I said, what are we going to do about these pages that have the block architecture? And he said, well, there's a couple of different options. I told him to select the one that was the easiest for you to use. So it won't use the kind of Word document format on a couple of pages or on the whole page. Half the page might allow you to have to make those changes inside of a block.
Okay.
And we'll figure that out.
All right, yeah, it'll be fine, I'm sure.
All right, so I think that's a good start for you.
All right, yeah, I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.